How is this sentencing going to affect Taiwan's political landscape, in your view?
First is that Ko Wen-je can no longer run for president, and he was a big presidential hopeful in 2024. Now, what that means is that it's going to be much easier for the KMT to be able to control sort of the blue-leaning side in terms of who the presidential nominee is. However, the TPP is not simply going to disappear. Quite on the contrary, I think they're going to come back with a fervor. And the second in command after Ko Wen-je, a man named Huang Guotang, is very much going to be stepping up into Ko Wen-je's shoes and leading the party fairly uncontested. And what that means is that he's going to be the one negotiating with the KMT most about what exactly their relationship is going to be when it comes to both the upcoming local elections, but also the national elections in 2028.
As far as the Ko Wen-je sentencing goes, has anything like this happened before in Taiwan?
Oh, sure. So there's tons of examples of politicians being found guilty and going to jail on corruption. Perhaps the most famous, of course, is Chen Shui-bian from 2008 after he stepped out of office. But even in more recent times, you had folks from the DPP, the KMT, and even the TPP all be found guilty of corruption and sent to jail. What's worth keeping in mind is that just because they're found guilty on corruption doesn't mean they will actually go to jail. So I don't know that Ko Wen-je will be able to challenge this ruling all the way to not spending any time in jail, but I don't think the story is entirely over yet.
What do you make of the opposition's argument that this sentencing is political persecution?
The KMT and TPP have very much sort of tried to frame the Lai administration as that of one that is abusing its political power. And the Lai administration, the DPP greenlining side, has countered with saying that it's the Blue and White Alliance that has sort of brought Taiwan's political functioning to a halt, and that they are the ones that are abusing their political power. Finally, this is going to really sort of cement Taiwan's current partisan landscape, because this ruling is very much going to be filtered through a partisan lens, meaning that if you're green-leaning and you support the DPP, then you're going to welcome this ruling very much and think that it is very justified and the justice system working correctly. And if you're blue or white-leaning, meaning you're a KMT or TPP supporter, then you're going to see this the exact opposite.